What up, bro? There we go. What up? What up? What up? Dang, I didn't see that many people got in. My giveaway package came yesterday. Sea salt and fig smells so good. Awesome, Ocean. I'm glad you got it, brother. Glad you got it, man. Glad you're enjoying it. What'd you get? Sea salt and fig and I think Halloween Man, right? If I'm not mistaken. Good morning, Brass. Scent of the day, Zaharov Seraphim Blue. Scent of the day, Wulong Cha. Beautiful. Great combo. That's like a therapeutic package right there. Scent of the day, Ultra Mall. I went to a silent disco. Okay, never heard of that. What up, TTF? Dude, I didn't get your decant, TT. I didn't get your decant yet, brother. Must be on a delay or something. Did you get tracking for it? Or did you just shoot it over? Scent of the day, blue caviar, of course. You get Gmail. I don't know what that means, Smurf. What are your thoughts on Chanel's Platinum Ego East? Don't get Platinum, get regular Ego East. If you want Platinum, just get Latafa's Legacy. Legasi. I picked up another new frag. I got a dupe of Byredo Gypsy Water. Any good office? If not, where to wear, and is it feminine or masculine? What do you mean? Why are you asking me about Gypsy Water? You said you got it. Good office frags. Lalique Equus. Amazing amber and vetiver fragrance. Very small scent bubble, but very radiant fragrance. Best office fragrance, Lin Sumi by Lalique. Another great office fragrance, Lalique White. Incredible office fragrance. Second best office fragrance, Tom Ford Gray Vetiver. As you can see, I've put quite a dent in my bottle. So good. Man, can't believe I know stuff happens in life. Yeah. Have you seen Fragrance Dude's videos? I won a Zaro Forever Wanted Elixir from his live. I don't watch Fragrance Dude. I know about him, but I don't watch him. I mean, I don't watch a lot of YouTubers, to be honest. I just kind of support who I support and just keep my circle small. I have a job at a museum. I don't care. Yo, Viper. Yeah, I got Halloween Man, Sea Salt and Fig, and a decant of Day 3 Escandalo. Did you enjoy it? Dang, no, I just sent it in an envelope. It's been about a week and a half now, so I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not good to send decants in an envelope. You normally want to send them in a bubble mailer. But I don't know. I'm just going to hope for the best. Maybe I'll get it soon. You have such... Come on. We're going to time out that just because I don't understand it. I sent the Gmail on the giveaway. The BR bottle was broke. The other bottle and the Discovery was good. The BR bottle was broke. Oh man. You're talking about the Banana Republic vetiver joint? That thing was boxed brand new. Did somebody crack the package? What do you mean it was broke? Like it's not usable at all? Explain that a little bit. Well, I'll look at the email. Don't take up the chat. I'll look at the email and see what's up. What up? What up? Summer Mink look good for a celebrity frag. What's Summer Mink? Is that the Drake fragrance? Top shelf is really top shelf. I see that. Yeah. Come on, Kicks. Super Mink should have had passion fruit up in the notes. Yeah, I'm loving all them. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, Ocean, anytime. Vulcan Fue is crazy. Just got it in. Yeah, Vulcan Fue is pretty solid right now. I mean, it might go down as the best God of Fire clone, but they're all good. What do you mean they pay influencers? Oh, I finally got to the bottom of chat. Okay, I'm caught up. What up, Instantly? What's the deal with Byredos? Is it overrated and expensive? They are kind of expensive. Most of them are overrated. I think Vanille Antique is solid. Bald of Freak is solid, but lacks performance. Bibliotech is solid. Gypsy Water is okay. I'm not a big fan of the rest. I have reviewed a lot of Byredo on my channel, though. So just type Byredo on the video section on my channel, and you'll find a lot of reviews on Byredo. But yeah, I feel like Byredo is not up to par. Picked up a Decant the other day and fell in love. Bought a 3.4 ounce today. Kid you not, I had 11 compliments today. Well, I mean, celebrity fragrances are rarely going to miss because oftentimes they're just copying great fragrances that are already out. Most of them being Baccarat or Aventus. Dun, 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 dun. Do you like Byredo Black Saffron? No, I wasn't a fan. Come on. Come on, guys. I don't want to hear about your personal lives in here. This is Fragrance Lounge. Crazy. Crazy. Yo, I just won $1 million in the lottery. Say something about it. All right, gotta go. Bye. Kids are crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that Royal Blanc is in my basket. I am convinced. You should be. You really should be. I was gonna pick up Initio's Musk Therapy recently, and I just couldn't take myself to pulling the trigger because I have a decant of Musk Therapy, and I have Glorious Oud Royal Blanc sitting right here, and I was smelling them, smelt the decant, smelt Glorious Oud Royal Blanc, did one of these things, and I'm like, it's the same fragrance with the same performance. So, as much as I would love to have an Initio fragrance go next to my beautiful collection, there's no need. Jean-Paul Gaultier Flower Edition is okay. I'm not the biggest fan, but it's okay. It's a good fragrance if you're under 25. If you're over 25, it's quite boring. Royal Blanc will be here this Saturday. Ordered it yesterday. You're a smart man. You got a good head on your shoulders. What up, Shamil? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Appreciate you, TT. I told y'all this week's going to be crazy. I see you, favorite Mancera. Oh, I don't have a favorite Mancera. You know, obviously I carry Vetiver Sensual It has a special place in my heart. A lot of juice gone in it. Lemon Iode Mint, Vetiver Sensual, Pearl, Jardine Exclusive, Amberful. Those are some stars out of the lineup. Best Azzaro Chrome Flanker with the best longevity. Don't buy any Azzaro fragrance except the Most Wanted Parfum and Wanted by Night Parfum. All the rest are not worth picking up. Get either of those two and you're set for life as far as Azzaro is concerned. I don't think they're going to come out with anything innovative anytime soon. I like that BR too, and so we on the same level. Our top 3 from day 3. I spent time with them. What are top 3 from day 3? They're all phenomenal, man. I mean, I go to Michael Paul's boutique once every 2 weeks. They're all spectacular. Bonnie is spectacular. Ambar Dominicano is spectacular. Deja Vu is spectacular. Trace Oro spectacular. I almost said Bibliotech. Philosophia spectacular. All day 3 is spectacular, to be honest with you. Any other frag from Glorious Oud line you were a fan of? No. That Ministry of Oud, tell me how good the quality is from your opinion. Which one? I have 2. I have Royal Oud and I have Oud Satin. Pick one. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. There's 16 people in here. Top right, hit the 3 dots and then hit like. YouTube will reward you, pour people in, get you guys talking about fragrance. Better see that like button go up, guys. Come on. If you're gonna spend time being in here, hit the like button so YouTube can reward your efforts. Before I say know my ranking and what I like the most. Smurf, I didn't understand what you just said. I'm trying to decide between Eros Energy and Flower Edition. Neither. Lamal Elixir. That's all you need. Actually, the Jean-Paul Gaultier with the Popeye on it, it's got the red, white, and blue vibe. That one's a really good one, too. Very underrated. Best everyday wear designer for a 22-year-old under... Best everyday wear designer for a 22-year-old under 120. Gucci Guilty Elixir, the green bottle. If you had to sell all but one of your frags, what are you keeping? All of it. All of it. That one frag for life thing doesn't apply to a guy like me. It would never happen. But I like Azzaro Chrome EDT profile a lot. Only issue is longevity. Stop liking Azzaro Chrome, bro. That's the problem. You want a metallic citrus fragrance? There's hundreds of them. Hundreds available. It's just an old fragrance. Favorite chocolate dominant frag? Black Orchid. I am rating collections over email. Scentbubblesubmit@gmail.com. Scentbubblesubmit@gmail.com. Send me your pictures. I will be doing a Rate My Fragrance next month. So in about 2 weeks. Have you tried Off Non Supremacy in Heaven? Yeah, it's right here. Very, 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 very scary nice. Best cheapest fragrance for somebody who never wears anything except deodorant. Best cheapest fragrance, just about anything. Yeah, just walk into a Burlington and pick the first fragrance you see. That'll be better than deodorant. I'm over niche frags, 300 for a 50 ml. I can relate. I'm an Old Spice sport guy. I'm an African black soap guy. Yeah, follow Lachlan's advice. Would you recommend Off Non Supremacy in Heaven to me? Also, is it fresh? Yes and yes. It's a great fragrance. If you're under 25, I might recommend Sillage over Supremacy in Heaven. This is the closest to Silver Mountain Water, though. If you want to play the whole accuracy game, this is the closest. But I find that because it's the closest, 25 and up, 25 and down, I'm recommending Club de Nuit Sillage. But it really doesn't matter. You win with either fragrance. You do, Omar. You absolutely do. The girl I like complimented me on Bad Boy Cobalt, as she should. Club de Nuit smells disgusting for the first few minutes, then gets better. Needs time to sit in a bottle. Well, I mean, to be honest, there's no reason anyone should really be getting Club de Nuit Intense Man today as far as buying it. That's why I gave it away, so a lot of you guys could try it in the giveaway. If you don't care for the opening in Club de Nuit Intense Man and you want to upgrade, just spend the 40 bucks and get Club de Nuit Pre-Show 1. It's the same fragrance, but just way better. Would you rather spend 30 bucks and get one of the oldest Aventus clones ever made, or do you want to spend 40 bucks and get the newest Aventus clone ever made? It's up to you. I mean oud satin with the quality. Oud satin is 1-to-1 oud satin mood. So if you like oud satin mood and you've tried it, not have you watched a bunch of YouTube videos, if you've actually smelled oud satin mood and you find that you like it, then yes, oud satin from Ministry of Oud is a 1-to-1 and totally on par in every way possible. Have you tried Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Capri and Love? I have not. I'm a big fan of O Intense, and I pretty much leave it at that. I feel like if you have Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue O Intense, you have every Dolce & Gabbana fragrance. But, I mean, that's not true, but that's how I feel. Saw the video on Gucci Guilty. Looks interesting. Does Orris Root smell like vetiver? Not quite. Orris Root is the base of the iris plant. So Orris tends to feel like a slightly powdery, soapy, very, 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 very light iris. Just the tiniest flavor profile of like iris, so that kind of sweet, slight sweet, but it's mostly, since it's the root, it's mostly got a soapy clean with a touch of powder weight to it. Orris Root is probably top 3 best notes in fragrance. But don't think iris when you think Gucci Guilty Elixir. Gucci Guilty Elixir falls into categories like Tom Ford Oud Wood, Grey Vetiver a little bit, Oud Mineral a bit. It's just, Gucci Guilty Elixir is like more interesting and sophisticated than like a Bleu de Chanel, but it's got more of a soapy, clean, masculine, upscale, expensive smelling. It's a very one-of-one unique scent, kind of like Acqua di Gio, how it's like nothing else smells like that, but it's clean, it's a little bit citric, it's a little bit green. Gucci Guilty Elixirs, like a little bit metallic, a little bit mineralic, a little bit clean, a little bit soapy, a little bit unique, a little bit green. It's really nice. Very, very nice. Gucci Guilty Elixir you can wear every single day, feel expensive, call it a day. I want to say Trace Oros, but what seems Escandala than Filosofia de Cafeteria say less for me. Yeah, I mean, honestly, here's the thing. When I went to the Day 3 boutique, I was going there to buy Bonnie or Ambar Dominicana. And then when I smelled Trace Oros out of an actual bottle and not a decant, the fragrance was just so unique and sexy that I had to get it. So I didn't anticipate buying that bottle. But then 2 weeks later, I went back and bought Bonnie. And now my next fragrance from them will be Ambar Dominicana. But it really depends on what age you are and what you have in your collection. Because like Say Less is basically like between Dior Homme Intense and Dior Homme Parfum. It's a beautiful iris scent. Bonnie is like the softest, lightest, tropical, clean fragrance that can go, it's like being on a beach or on a yacht. Philosophia is like complex, but then it's sweet. Alin is very unique. Ambar Dominicana is kind of like red tobacco, but way more sophisticated and sexier. Trace Oros is basically like a much more interesting take on something like an angel share. So really just depends where you are in your journey and what you're into. Cafe Downtown Deja Vu is very rosy, feminine leaning, juicy, jammy, fresh. The cafe La Tacita de Cafe is like just a really good coffee scent. You know, most coffee fragrances smell like a latte. They're very milky. They're very weighty, like kawa. Cafe La Tacita de Cafe is like a roasted coffee bean. It's rare that you get like the actual roasted coffee beans accord, and then they throw all this citrus on top of it to really brighten it up. So for a coffee fragrance, you could almost wear it every day in the morning. It's really nice. I bought Ambar Dominicano because of you, and it's awesome. Hey, listen, man. All I ask you guys to do is if you buy a fragrance from Day 3, in the recommendation section where it says, how'd you hear about us? Just say the scent bubble, man. Goes a long way. But I don't make any commissions off of that house. I just really love it. So if you guys have the fragrances, I'm happy for you. They're really awesome. I have Trace Oros right here. And then I have a Scandalo and Bonnie in my bathroom. Oh my gosh, that fragrance. If you have Trace Oros, you will never have another fragrance in your collection that smells like that. So sexy. You know, if you guys are into stuff like Instant Crush and Angel Share and all these like Jean-Paul Gaultier and all that stuff, like Trace Oros is another level of sexy. Like pull any girl you want with Trace Oros, no question. Ambar Dominicana as well, like that fragrance is radiant, a little bit of spicy, so ambery, a little bit of vanilla. I mean, it's just like, it's almost like if Grand Soir from MFK and Mancera's Red Tobacco like had a baby. Your favorite scent in the price range from 50 to 100 bucks? That's a tough question because I don't have one. But in that range, you could get a ton of fragrances. Gucci Guilty Elixir, Gentleman Reserve Privé, Gentleman's Society, Givenchy's Gentleman Boisé, Sauvage Elixir, Dior Homme Cologne, Dior Homme Sport, Coach Green, Coach for Men, Coach Platinum, you know, Invictus Aqua. I mean, there's just so many designers at that price point you can get that are nice. Do you own any commodity? No, I've smelled like 3 commodity fragrances. They're okay, but they're not worth the money to me. Even if you got it from a Burlington, I don't think they're worth the money in 2025. Rasasi Hawass Ice is amazing. Hawass Ice is okay. Great everyday wear. Certainly better than original Rasasi Hawass, but if you look at my collection, I can just pick so many fragrances that beat it out. I just do the Trace Oros instead, but that's me. Oh, you're playing with the Discovery set. Okay. Hey, man, keep playing with that Discovery set. How close is Gucci Guilty to Reflection Man? It's not. Not close to me. Not close to my nose. Gucci Guilty Elixir is similar to Reflection Man? That's a reach. That's a reach. Nah, that's a reach. That's a reach. Happy birthday, TT. Is Creed Aventus worth buying? Absolute Aventus. I mean, all Aventus is worth buying, right? It's one of the most cloned fragrances of all time. But you don't need to get Aventus. Just get Armaf Peugeot 1 for 40 bucks, and you have the best Aventus fragrance out there. I don't know why you guys aren't just... If you want Aventus, Stop worrying about all the clones. Stop worrying about Nitro Black, L'Aventure, and Avenant's Mercy Not Only Intense, all the Club de Nuits, Collector's Edition. Now, just get off all that, guys. Just buy this for 40 bucks and call it a day. If you have this, you have all Aventuses in one bottle for 40 bucks. I mean, there's just no reason for us to even be talking about Aventus anymore. That's the only fragrance you guys need. Flower Edition has decent longevity. It's moderate. Well, Smurf, you're young, you know, so Aylin's going to be a little bit challenging for you, you know. You might not even have hair on your chest yet. Just give it some time. But the great thing about day 3 is there's so many age groups that can get into a lot of their fragrances, and a lot of their fragrances are sweet, so that appeals to the younger crowd. How long does Cobalt last? Moderate. Think you could easily get 6 hours, 8, depending on your skin and hygiene. Some people can get like 10 hours out of it. D1 Glazer on Gourmand. That's hilarious. Yeah, you'll continue to evolve. Just enjoy the ride. Scent, what's your favorite fragrance family? Gourmand, Oriental is... This is going to be a real weird answer, but earthy. As people don't really refer to that as a category, but things like tea, citrus, green, mineralic, anything that comes from the ground, I'm a fan of, because all fragrances would be nothing without earthy elements. You know, wood, grass, minerals, all that stuff. So, you know, that's my thing. And those are the most versatile fragrances. Is Dylan Blue still worth it? Depends how many fragrances you have. If you have like less than 20 fragrances, absolutely Dylan Blue is worth it. If you know, if you are into Dylan Blue and but you want to be different, get like Aqua Essenzial Blue from Ferragamo and call it a day. What do you think of Goldfield and Banks? You know, I've had my eye on them for a while, but I haven't bought the Discovery set yet, so I don't have much experience at all with Goldfield and Banks at this time. Have you ever thought about making your own scent? Yes. Have you tried Bianco Latte? No. I was searching on YouTube for affordable clones that are niche quality. Only thing I found was from 3 years ago. Your take on affordable clone fragrances that are niche quality. Yeah, I can name several clones that are niche quality. So Glorious Oud Royal Blanc is a 10 out of 10 one-to-one clone of Initio's Musk Therapy, and it is phenomenal. Armaf Club de Nuit Peugeot 1 isn't one-to-one, but it's close enough, and high compliment factor on this of Aventus Absolute, but it has a Versace Eros Energy top. Oud Satin from Ministry of Oud is one-to-one to Maison Francis Kirkjohn's Oud Satin Mood. Mahir Legacy Silver is one-to-one to Parfums de Marly Sedley. 10 out of 10. Club de Nuit Milestone, 1-to-1 Millesime Imperial. Zara Man, 1-to-1 Tom Ford Black Orchid. Cayenne Classic, 1-to-1 Dior Homme Intense. Club de Nuit Intense Woman, good Tom Ford Noir de Noir clone. Fragheads Asylum from FOMO, 1-to-1 Elysium. Gary's Den, 1-to-1 Dior Homme Parfum. Celestial, 1-to-1, but beats out the original Ganymede. Odyssey on Black beats Spice Bomb Extreme. Your Tygar with your Tarathi Blue, your Vibrant Vetiver Delight with your Ball de Freak. I mean, that's just one shelf of elite 1-to-1 clones. So, oh, my bad, Smurf. I get you confused with Jag a lot because you guys have Caps names. What's your thoughts on Amora Cafe? Don't buy it. It's a waste of money. It's a good fragrance, but get Kawa and call it a day. There's no need to spend $100 on a coffee fragrance unless it's from day 3. Vintage Pineapple is the closest to Aventus. I'm tired of people saying what they think is the closest thing to Aventus. If you look at my collection, I have almost every single clone made of Aventus. Most of you guys out there have smelled 1, 2, maybe 3 maximum clones of Aventus, and now all of a sudden you think you're the professor of freaking Aventus clones. Stop it, guys. Just stop it. Just because you smell a clone and it smells close to Aventus does not mean you have the best Aventus clone. I don't care if you have a clone and you think it's a 1-to-1, 10 out of 10 of Aventus. That does not give you the right to say that it's the best just because it's 1-to-1. You know how many Aventus clones out there are at least 90% or better close to Aventus? It's been cloned for ages. Of course, everyone knows how to make a great Aventus at this point. Even the inspiration houses are getting 90% plus clones of Aventus. So unless you own like close to 10 of the clones, or have put your nose to at least like 10 of the clones, because there's honestly, now in today's market, there's about 30 to 40 Aventus clones that are all very valid. So I just don't like when people say this is the best Aventus clone. It's like, I've yet to meet somebody who has put their nose to more than like 3 Aventus clones, and they don't even own more than 2 Aventus clones. So I'm just tired of the chatter about what people thinking they're Aventus experts. I made a thorough video that I have yet to see on SparkoCam anywhere on YouTube, where I mention like 12 Aventus clones that I own and am thoroughly breaking down where everything leans. Nothing is 1-to-1 currently as it stands between Eros Energy, Absolute Aventus, and Hasselblad. Everything's on a spectrum leaning towards one of the fragrances, and all you need to figure out is which flavor profile you would like. And then once you figure that out, you have about 3 to 5 valid options in each category, and none of them beat each other. And I would know. So enough with the closest to Aventus talk. Have you tried Givenchy Society Ombre? Yes. I love Chanel No. 5. What do you think about it? It's good. Give it like an 8 out of 10. Only problem with Club de Nuit per show is that the bottle is only 50 ml. That's not a problem, Shamil. It's 55 ml, but it's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's a great problem to finish a bottle of a fragrance. You would have to buy 3 bottles of Armaf Club de Nuit per show. 3 bottles of Club de Nuit per show, which in total is like 170 ml, is the same price as one of just about any designer fragrance. So it's never a downside that it's only 55 ml. If it's the better fragrance, it's the better fragrance, and it's still only $40. I don't care if you wear Aventus every single day, which it sounds like that's what you do. I would rather have 30 ml of the better fragrance than 100 ml of Club de Nuit Intense Man or any of the other subpar Aventus clones. I want to smell the best. And the prices are all so low, just continue to buy another bottle. 2 bottles of, here's the funniest thing, guys, right? You can get 2 bottles of Per Show 1 for $80. That's still cheaper than just about any designer fragrance you'll find right now. So you can instantly turn your 55 ml to 110 ml and still be paying less money. So there's no problem with Per Show being 55 ml. Bora Bora is so old. Take care, TT. Do you have the Tarathi Blue or the Aether Extrait? Yeah, Tarathi Blue's right here. Aether is a great fragrance, but it's not really my tea. But Aether and Taj 2. Taj 2 is a great blue talisman. Aether is a great Greenlee clone, and it's solid. I've definitely put my nose to it quite a bit. I'm not really a fan of like the Coach Green, the Spice Bomb Night Vision, the Green, the Lafayette Streets. I don't really like the slight synthetic green, super fresh type of fragrance. The closest thing I get to that is like Vibrant Vetiver Delight, which is Ball de Freak. That kind of has that element, but it's a little more earthy. And I was just putting my nose today to Harrods and is it Burlington? No. So Harrods is kind of like the final boss of that green fresh DNA, but it feels more real and less synthetic green in Harrods. So Harrods is kind of like the final evolution to that green fresh profile that Greenlee has. Way more sexier than Greenlee. But if you're staying at a Greenlee price point, you should probably just stick with Greenlee. But I mean, honestly, if you have Vibrant Vetiver Delight, you have a close enough fragrance. Do you let's see. I got Celestial Ministry of Oud Mont Blanc presents in the mail, and like beautiful Donnie. Hey Donnie, I'm curious if you like them and how you enjoy them. So let me know when they come in and comment on like a community post or something. I'm excited to see your take on it. Beautiful, Yol. I wore Bentley Azure today. It was one of my first frags that wasn't gym locker room spray. Had it for about a year and didn't fully appreciate it until today. Can you give a take on the notes? I don't know the Azure notes offhand, but I remember it to be a... I always get Azure mixed up with Infinite Rush, but I'm pretty sure Azure is like a metallic, fresh, slight earthy, slight citric fragrance. And it's pretty much, to me, an upscale freshie that I think I rated like an 8 out of 10 on my review of it. It's been a while since I've put my nose to it. It's over there, but I'm too lazy to go get it. And that I was thinking somebody, but I know. Yeah, I'll read your email, Smurf. I can't put all your comments together on it. I'll look into it and see what I can do, buddy. I'm sorry that happened for you. I'm really shocked that a brand new bottle that was packaged in a box inside of a box with peanuts, that was the most doubly, triply packaged item out of all 12 packages I sent out. So I can't believe that was broken. But I'll look at your email and see what I can do. Not even Aventus is one-on-one with the batches. That's true. Absolutely, Yul. I'm thinking about buying Aetheric Straight, Rasasi Hawass, or Tarathi Blue. Which one would you recommend for summer? All three of those are good. Never buy original Rasasi Hawass. Get Rasasi Hawass Ice instead if you want Rasasi Hawass. Aetheric Straight is a little bit weaker with a little bit less projection, but it matures really well over time. Really nice fresh fragrance. Tarathi Blue is the loudest of the bunch. It's the brightest. It's the most citric out of all three. Rasasi Hawass Ice would be the safest one to get. Aether would be the more natural smelling, and Tarathi Blue would just be the loudest, slightly synthetic, but it's more bright. So it really depends. If you want the loudest, most projective fragrance, get Tarathi Blue. If you want the safest everyday wear and you want to be slightly conservative and fresh, get Hawass Ice. And if you want the most unique of the three, it would be Aether. What's the Gmail again? Just look in the description of the channel. You'll find it. Are you familiar with Blue Seduction by Antonio Banderas? I'm familiar with it, but I haven't put my nose to it in a while. Yeah, but my thing is, Omar, is Celestial kills it to me. Celestial kills it, so I would just never recommend it. I have Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition, and it's basically one-to-one to regular Aventus, which I have as well, but I got it before per show, and it comes with awesome cuff links that I'll never use. Yeah, I mean, again, that's why I hate when people say, what's the best Aventus clone? Like, for reference, when I tell people that Collector's Edition and per show are the best Aventus clones, I'm telling you that they're the best, but I'm not trying to imply that none of the other clones are great, because almost all of them are. Nitro Black's good. L'Aventure's good. Not only Intense is good. Intense Man EDT, EDP, Parfum, Le Parfum, they're all phenomenal. But if you don't have an Aventus clone and you're looking for one to get, I'm always going to push you towards Peugeot if you want Absolute, and Collector's Edition if you want Hasselblad. But nonetheless, the other clones are still good. But most people don't not have an Aventus clone and then go buy the lesser. Most people that lean on not only Intense, Nitro Black, L'Aventure, Club de Nuit Intense Man, Mont Blanc, Mont Blanc, I think Explorer, I forget which one, but most people in that category just had that bottle before Peugeot ever came out, so they just say that they like it more, when really it's just that it's the only bottle they have and they don't want to buy another Aventus. But that's fine too. It doesn't mean it's better. It doesn't mean it's worse either. They're all, like I said, most Aventus clones punch above the 90% range, and that's all you need. Got Homage Royal to somebody got a Club de Nuit limited edition Parfum Decant from the giveaway, and then a lot of people got Club de Nuit EDP from me. I just gave away a whole bottle, to be honest. Got Homage Royal Tobacco today. What a strange masterpiece. That's an interesting way of describing it. Yeah, I've got it over there. Charuto Regal Reserve. Yeah, when you get it, let me know. Yeah, tobacco fragrances do take time. But right now, my favorite tobacco fragrance is Ombre Noir. Without question. It's my favorite tobacco right now. Most wearable tobacco, period. And I have some amazing combos for this fragrance in my ebook. I took SB's advice on Kingdom and Day 3's Discovery Kit. Giving you your flowers. You point me in the right direction. Kingdom is lovely, and I'm in awe with Day 3. Excellent, Donnie. Hey, listen. What's great about Day 3 is there may be fragrances in that Discovery set that you might not prefer or that you wouldn't buy a bottle of. But that Discovery set is such a joy to go through because all their fragrances have so much personality. Out of 11 or 12 fragrances that you'd try, there's got to be at least 3 to 5 of them that you would buy, that you would fall in love with. And that's a good Discovery set. A good Discovery set has versatility in it to appeal to as many different kind of personalities as possible. And they have great performance and longevity. You know, all of Day 3's fragrances are extraits. So just wearing them, even if there's a fragrance in there you don't like, you would still wear it because it's so interesting to wear just to get the... It's got everything a Discovery set should have. Great, robust fragrances that last a long time. Great atomizers on all the testers. And what's beautiful is once you find a fragrance you love, you now have a $40 credit towards your fragrance. So now your fragrance isn't $155. Your fragrance is now $115 for an incredible niche level fragrance that is an extrait that has monstrous performance and that nobody else owns. It's just a no-brainer for me. And then Kingdom is just spectacular. You know, it's a great DNA. It's a wonderful fragrance, and I'm glad you're really enjoying it. Polo Collector's Edition. Oh, you're just making a comment. Thoughts on Safari by Ralph Lauren. In 2025, Ralph Lauren is obsolete. I just did a review the other day on the blue and the red one parfums. And it's like, even though they smelled good, man, they're just so outdated in 2025. And you're paying a lot of money for them. Even the discounted price, you could pretty much buy, well, not from here up on my collection, but from here down, which is still a lot of fragrances, you know. Like, for the price of the Ralph Lauren, you can pretty much buy almost anything from that shelf or that shelf. So you have a lot of freaking options. I haven't even had time to sort this. There we go. Smurf, by the way, take pictures of your bottle and all the, so I can see exactly what's going on with your package, because you said it leaked or it broke or whatever. Take pictures of all of it. That way when I read your email, I can verify everything before we figure out what we need to do. Yeah, for sure, Scott. Dimelo, what's up? What's up, buddy? K-Ondalway, what's poppin'? Good to see you, Vinny. Question. I had a colleague who ordered from like Marc Jacobs Daisy or something, but I could smell it from a few meters away and it was loud. I don't smell men's like it. Lachlan, I don't really know your... I don't smell men's like it. Clarify your question, Lachlan. I haven't tried that, TJ. What house does it belong to? Do you like Killian Straight to Heaven? Of course. What are you what are you reading my mind? Of course I love it. I mean, the thing is after spending time with it, because this is new to my collection recently. Gosh, this is, if you want, boys, stay away from this fragrance. It doesn't smell like an older man, but the level of sophistication on this, I don't even think warrants you to wear this unless you're 25 and up. Maybe an ambitious 20-year-old could pull it off, but you'd have to really have your money right. This is one of the most unique scents I have ever put my nose to in my fragrance journey so far. Incredible atomizer. I actually have a combo for this. If you have the privilege of owning Straight to Heaven, I've got so much fingerprints on this. There we go. If you have the privilege of owning this fragrance, I'm giving away free game here. This with Trace Oros is mind-numbing. But this alone as a fragrance is really cool. It provides something in my collection that I don't quite have. It's almost like a dark leathery feel with the tiniest, it's a leathery dominant fragrance, but it's like this dark fresh leather by about 60%. And then laying on top of the leather, you have dried fruits, almost like a raisin cranberry type of vibe, but not cranberry. It's almost like, you know, the raisins, like dark raisins, and then they have like the yellowish orange raisins, like the bright raisins. It's almost like somebody took like a fresh dark slab of like leather, but like the rawhide side of the leather. Does that make sense, guys? So like the dark side of the leather, and then they smashed regular and bright raisins on top and then poured rum on it. It's a sexy fragrance, man. You wouldn't, maybe if you're a man, I think you could imagine how good that could smell, but it's really unique. It's not like a leather fragrance, like a normal leather fragrance. It's got this darkness to it, but this freshness, but then this raisiny, this bright raisiny feel, but then there's rum. I never thought it would smell like this, but it's a one of one to my collection. Nothing I have smells quite like that. And it's got an odd amount of freshness for how dark and seductive it is. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, guys. I don't own any Robert Graham. Gucci Guilty Pour Home's not worth it. Yeah, I mean, so this is, so a couple things to think about, guys, with longevity. Here's the thing. If you, first off, if you love a fragrance, I would try everything you can do to boost longevity. So there's a couple different ways to think about this. Number one, I think fragrances that struggle with longevity, you have to put them on skin and not on clothes. So now is where you guys start hitting your pulse points, your clavicle. back of the neck, this pulse point, this pulse point. So it's like, and then I'm doubling up, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, right? Like I'm nuking myself with straight to heaven. But and you can put on a scentless lotion before you add that on. That'll boost your longevity by about an hour. But here's the real cheat code to that fragrance. When I mix that fragrance with just 2 sprays of Trace Oros, like if I didn't double up on it and just went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then just put 2 sprays of Trace Oros down the middle, I can push straight to heaven to the 6 to 8 hour mark. And if I can get to 5 to 6 hours minimum, I win. It's just game over. This is probably one of my best combos of 2025 so far. So if you just want to stretch it as a standalone fragrance, you got to make sure you shower, you got to put on a scentless lotion, and then you got to just blast yourself. Double up on everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then just take the fragrance with you to spruce up a little bit midday. But you should be able to carry like 4 hours at least. But you also have to think about it like this. You would only wear this fragrance on a date, right? So truthfully, you don't need it to last more than 3, 4 hours anyway. So it's like, I mean, honestly, it's like L'Homme. Look at a fragrance like YSL L'Homme. Notorious sexy fragrance for the date night. Women love L'Homme and La Nuit de L'Homme. But that fragrance is the same performance as this. You'd be lucky to get 3, 4 hours of performance out of a fragrance like L'Homme. But am I not gonna buy L'Homme? Absolutely not. I'm buying L'Homme all day freaking long. This is one of the sexiest date night fragrances of all time. What are y'all talking about? So for me, do everything you need to do. If you can even squeeze an extra hour or 2 of performance due to just taking a shower, putting on a scentless lotion, maybe combo 1 spray of another fragrance that's in the wheelhouse of this, maybe throw an Angel Share on top of this, maybe a Trace Oros, maybe a Lamal Elixir to get that extra projection and push. It's worth it, man. It's worth it to have. I'm so glad, even with the terrible performance, I'm so glad to have this because I can put this on and I can make it go for 3, 4 hours. And if I'm taking my wife to dinner or I'm going out on a resort or I'm hitting up a 5-star restaurant or we're going to a movie, I can make it last through that occasion. And then I don't need it. It's such a unique smell. I think it's worth having if you can afford it. Do you think layering that messes it up from acting whatever the fragrance should do? Never. Yeah. You know, decanted as well. SB, you're about to go on a bachata concert with the wife. What are you wearing? Probably Trace Oros, easily. If we're doing bachata, we're gonna do Trace Oros 100%. Plantain, honey, pineapple, brown sugar. Every time. Every time. Every time. Do you like layering fragrances? Yes, I do. I love it. Couple deaths away, you could smell it like hers was nuclear and had massive presence. I'm not. Ask me, Lachlan, ask me like a 1-sentence question. Because I know the perspective that you're speaking on. I just don't know your actual question. What I meant was her fragrance was blasting, but I don't know of men's frags where it's the same. Couple desks away and you could still smell it. Like hers was nuclear. And are you just asking me for a fragrance that's nuclear? Clarify that for me. What would be your thoughts on Gucci Guilty Pour Homme 2B, discontinued and reselling for about $800? I don't think Gucci Guilty Pour Homme is worth the money. That's just me. I mean, it might be a good fragrance, but Gucci for me, is so questionable. Gucci Guilty Elixir is phenomenal. Then the dark bottle is good, and everything else is so Reggie Miller. I'm in school right now, so I can't be here too long. What's up, Den? Found a clone of it from Parfums Vintage. La Nuit de l'Homme is perfect for Sneaky Link. Dude, listen, man. L'Homme and La Nuit de l'Homme is the Sneaky Link Deluxe. And then if you want to go Sneaky Link, like the Sneaky Link Olympics, then you might go up to a Baby Cat or a Tuxedo. But if it's just the Sneaky Link Special Singles Edition, L'Homme and La Nuit de l'Homme will always get the job done. If it's one-on-one Netflix and chill, I'm wearing L'Homme. La Nuit de l'Homme is a little bit more fresher. You might get friend-zoned wearing La Nuit de l'Homme just because it leans fresh. It's like how Prada Luna Rosa does. Like, Prada Luna Rosa Ocean is sexy, but it's not sexier than Prada Black. So it's like you're kind of half-stepping your sexy. L'Homme is all the way sexy. La Nuit de l'Homme is sexy fresh. I like to be all in with my intentions, so that's why I'm going all in sexy on the L'Homme. But yeah, Nick's lost. Boo! Day 3 only has 50 ml biggest bottle, and yeah, only get their fragrances on their site. No, you can buy their fragrances elsewhere, but there's no point, because if you get a discovery set, you should use your $40 credit on their website. And yeah, 50 ml is the biggest size. But the thing you have to remember about day 3, right, is a 50 ml will probably last you longer than a 100 ml because it's an extrait, and it really is an extrait. Like Trace Oros, I'm going crazy with it, and I'm loading it up. But truthfully, 2 sprays of Trace Oros will go 6 to 8 hours. I'm not kidding. 1, 2... and you are good. This fragrance radiates. And most of their fragrances are like that. I would say Bonnie and Aylin might be the only fragrances where you might get an hour per spray of performance, which is still great, you know, 6 to 8 sprays, 6 to 8 hours. But those are lighter fragrances. All their other fragrances, 2-3 sprays will push you a 6 to 8 hours, no question. Their extraits, like what I love about day 3 fragrances is most fragrances project for like an hour, a couple of hours, and then they die down and go moderate and then last. You get the same projection in the first hour in hour 1 as you do hour 8. These fragrances radiate off skin the whole day. The whole day you could smell yourself on every fragrance. And it's because their raw materials are insane, and they're extraits. They're true extraits. What up, Casey? Zambia. What's going on from Zambia? Asking if women's project more than men's. It's really circumstantial. It's really circumstantial, Lachlan. It's not like a general rule of thumb on which women's fragrances project more than men's. There's plenty of women's fragrances that project less than certain men's fragrances. It's on a per fragrance basis. $50 sprays. I think they spray more. Office Scent for me is Arabian Night Silver. That's a good fragrance. That's a great fragrance. I'm not hearing much on Born in Roma Intense anymore. Is the hype over? The hype's definitely over. I mean, I think all of the Jean Paul Gaultier's, the Prada Luna Rosa Oceans, the Invictus Aquas, and that one, Born in Roma. Now, granted, my mom just ordered Born in Roma blindly, though. She it's not a fragrance she like explicitly wanted. Matter of fact, I think I've got 2 fragrances. Hold on. Yeah, like my mom right now is on like a blind buy kick with fragrances because she sees, you know, me getting crazy fragrances and stuff. So she just picked this up. And then she picked this up. And I was like, Mom, you know this isn't a women's fragrance. Like, she's like, yeah, well, I'll probably wind up just giving you everything anyway. So we might have some Baccarat coming into the collection and some Bleu de Chanel, among others. I mean, she bought a lot of stuff. I'm in the office. How do I know if my fragrance has gone to a skin scent or still projecting? I mean, to be honest, the key to knowing how your projection is with an office fragrance is to spray your clavicle and your wrist. So, you don't really want a fragrance in the office that has more than like 2 feet of projection. Like, you want your projection bubble to be a scent bubble in the office, meaning it goes with you. There's no sillage. It's just always with you, very close knit. So when you're talking to somebody, hey, what's up? You know, we need more copy paper in the machine, or, oh, you have a call on, I'm gonna transfer a call over to you. When they're up in your space, they smell the fragrance, but you're not leaving your fragrance behind. You don't really want sillage with an office scent. But the key to knowing how long your fragrance is lasting in the office is to hit your wrists and to hit your clavicle. Because as you're walking around, you're wafting yourself with your fragrance. And occasionally you can check your wrist to kind of see, like, as you're typing on your computer and you're walking around or whatever, you might waft up some hands in the air and see, like, oh yeah, my fragrance is I'm still smelling it in the air. And once you kind of lose your sense of smell with your wrists and stuff, then you know stuff's dying down. But even at that point, you can just spruce back up. So like small projection bubble fragrances that I really like, it's not an office fragrance, but L'Homme's a small scent bubble. Lalique Equus is a great office scent with like a 2-foot projection bubble. Lalique White is like a 2-3 feet projection scent bubble, no sillage. Um, uh, Bentley Black Edition has a nice little 3-foot scent bubble with no sillage. Mont Blanc Presence has a nice small 2-foot projection bubble, really nice for the office. And then you have some louder fragrances that you can get away with in the office, like your Silver Mountain Waters, your Bleu de Chanel's. You can get away with those in the office, but you are being kind of loud with those fragrances. They're kind of fragrances that aren't really made for the office. They're just versatile upscale freshies, so they work in the office setting. But if you want like a true business office scent, Lalique Lin Sumi is the ties for the #1 best office scent in my collection, and it ties with Grey Vetiver Eau de Parfum from Tom Ford as the best. And those fragrances have a nice 2-foot projection bubble, but man, when people get in your bubble, they think you smell incredible. A beer, go ahead and take a screenshot of this and call it a day. That's all you need, buddy. 40 bucks. 40 bucks, call it a day. Don't ask me about any other Aventus clone. You asked me which one's the best, so buy that one and call it a day. My girl loves Bleu de Chanel, but personally not much of a fan. Too basic and synthetic for me. Well, here's one thing you need to remember about women, right? Most women don't need you to smell insane. They just want you to smell good. So basic oftentimes benefits you unless you're in an environment where you're competing with other men. So if you're at a club, if you're at a lounge, if you're at a concert, if you're at a restaurant, now you might want to bust out some of your heavy hitters, you know, your Aventuses, some Roja, your Laytons, you know, your Must Therapies, your Teriyaki Intenses, your Dior Homme Intenses. Those are the occasions to start being louder. But most women, just on a casual level, you know, you see a girl at the coffee shop or at the retail store, or you see the chicks at school, they do not need a guy who's loud and over the top, because other girls might not like the scent you're wearing, and they're going to tell the girl, man, that guy wears way too much fragrance, when really they're just saying they don't like your scent. And so at that moment, it doesn't matter if your girl likes your scent, because you got other girls gossiping that you don't smell good, and smell is very subjective. So you want the most inoffensive, versatile fragrance like a Bleu de Chanel, because oftentimes that's all you need. And that's why retail designer fragrances go so crazy with the women. They don't need loud fragrances that are super unique. That's why Sauvage sells out. That's why Dior colognes and Dior Homme Sport sell out. Gucci Guilty Elixir sell out. Freaking Dylan Blue sells out. Versace Pour Homme sells out. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue sells out. We're not naming extravagant fragrances. We are naming very basic, clean, fresh fragrances that make you feel slightly upscale, casual, and super easy to talk to. So you don't need to be loud unless you're in an environment where your voice and your presence can't be felt. I got Zara Vibrant Leather. Smells like Creed Aventus. Okay. How's the performance and longevity of Zara Man? 6 to 8 hours easy, perhaps 8+. I would say you get about an hour and a half of performance per spray. Tuxedo DNA versus Baby Cat. I'm going Tuxedo all day long. And as of 6 months ago, my new favorite Tuxedo clone is Arabiat's, what is it called? Kix, if you're still in the chat, write the name of that Arabiat fragrance that I thought was absolutely incredible. If he puts it in the chat, guys, that Arabiat fragrance, I forgot what they call it. That's the best Tuxedo clone I've ever smelled, and I have many of them. That thing was incredible. That thing smells like a $500 niche fragrance. What are your thoughts on Alex Jones? I don't do politics in a fragrance chat. Day 3, what are the ones that you think are feminine? Oh, day 3, what are the ones that you think are feminine leaning to the ones you said your wife has? My wife is not wearing feminine leaning day 3 scents. She's wearing unisex scents. So Bonnie is very perfectly unisex and she loves it. You know, it's got the coconut and the mango and the soft stuff, but it's mostly a clean white floral beach type fragrance that's very light and angelic. It feels a lot like YSL Libre, which she also really loves. And then surprisingly, she really liked a Scandalo, which a lot of men love a Scandalo. The most feminine leaning fragrance out of the bunch to me is Downtown Deja Vu. And the latest fragrance they just came out with, Royal Reflections, because those are both rose-based fragrances that lean floral rosy. But other than that, all the rest of their scents, I think, are perfectly unisex, to be honest. I'm not sure, Abir. Have you used Armaf King Checkmate? I haven't. Ladies can get away with loud fragrances, though, where men need to tone it down a bit. I mean, women can get away with it, but I find women do 2 things with fragrance. Women either are insanely loud and annoying with their fragrance, whether it's good or bad. You know, that ultra sweet chick that just walks around, she just smells like a ton of flowers or a ton of sugar or a ton of fruit. Or you have the woman who likes to smell angelic and natural, light florals, light powder, light touchy, earthy, angelic type of scents. That's what my wife likes. She doesn't like to walk around and leave a massive sugary scent trail. That's not her vibe at all. But men do the same thing. And men can get away with it, believe it or not. Like, some men are really attracted to like overly loud fragrance chicks. Some men aren't. Same thing with women. Some women, you know, if I walk through with freaking Diaghilev from Roja, this fragrance is so nuclear. Oh my gosh, it's not even funny how this fragrance is like 35 and up minimum. Like, grown man to the freaking max. This smells like a fragrance the President of the United States would wear. gosh. But some women like this type of guy. Macho, spirited, not necessarily a big buff guy, but just a macho spirit. Like, I don't need anyone's opinion. I'm in my own head. I'm living my own life. I'm going to be successful. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me a freaking thing if I'm wearing Diaghilev. Some women like that. And this is where the psychology of a fragrance gets really interesting, right? Because there isn't a one size fits all, guys. Some women love loud men, loud, confident men. That turns them on. They get going from that. It revs their engine. You know what I'm saying? And some women like a man to just smell clean kept, conservative, nice, maybe unique, maybe confident as well, but doesn't need to project confidence, project power. And the question becomes, the psychology of it is like, that only matters if there's a particular individual you're wearing a fragrance to be around. But in the general public, you should be wearing what you feel most comfortable as with your expression. Maybe your expression is, I want to feel good and powerful and confident, and I want a fragrance that just roars that. And you can do that, right? This fragrance is incredible, by the way. Definitely not blind buy worthy. But and same thing vice versa. Like, guys, right? Like, some guys love a chick with her jugs out with a V-neck, tatted up, sleeved up, big lips, boisterously expressive and showing skin. You know what I'm saying? Some men hate that. Some men want your chick in a turtleneck, some nice tight jeans, and call it a day. They don't like that attention, that type of attention and that type of energy, right? Everybody's into different stuff. So again, when it comes to selecting a fragrance, you got to think of where you are, who you're with, and what's appropriate for that occasion. Wearing something to complement a space, wearing something to create a conversation, wearing something to complement a person, wearing something to be inoffensive, wearing something to respect the room, wearing something celebratory, wearing something with a smaller scent bubble or a louder scent bubble. Maybe none of that matters. Maybe you pick the scent for your own expression. You want to be more expressive. It's about you today. It's not about nobody. And all of those psychologies are valid in fragrance, which is why there's no kind of one size fits all. You know what I'm saying? But I do think one thing we should talk about more is etiquette. You know, sometimes we talk about the conversation of like, well, if I'm in the gym, what fragrance should I wear? Well, I'm finding that a lot of you guys that go to the gym like to wear loud fragrances. I thought it was blatantly obvious that if you go to the gym, number one, sweat ruins a fragrance and funks up a fragrance quicker than anything. So why would you wear a loud fragrance? You're just going to muddy it up with sweat. Number two, I don't want my fragrance to offend anybody. So if I did, I wouldn't even wear a fragrance first off in the gym ever. I'm going to shower. My fragrance is bar soap when I go into the gym. But if I was going to wear a fragrance, I would wear a fragrance with the tiniest scent bubble possible, because I don't want people trying to get in a good workout and then they're distracted by my scent. But I'm finding that like half of you guys out there love to interrupt people with your fragrance at the gym. So now I got to question my whole thinking, because I thought that was like a common rule of thumb with most men. But the psychology is different, I'm finding. Some people actually are trying to do that. But again, I think that there is such thing as etiquette. That means no matter what you're doing the fragrance for a person, for a place, for a vibe, for an expression, whatever, there should be some level of respect of where you're going with your fragrance, and having some kind of consideration for the people and places you're interacting with, and trying to have a fragrance that complements the space. And I think that that should be somewhat of a priority over your own self-expression, because it's like we use that etiquette even without fragrance. Like, we're not just going to go into a library and shout. That's disrespectful. Don't be that guy with fragrance. If you're in a quiet place, don't be loud with a fragrance. You know what I mean? But some people don't feel that way. That's just, I think psychology was fragrant. Oh, Nayal Arabiat. Yes. Nayal Oud from Arabiat is the best tuxedo clone, period. No, I don't only have clones. Do you not see that top shelf? All right, let me catch up in the chat. Best winter frag for a man? Winter, 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 winter. It's not this fragrance, but I want to smell it. Anything sweet you can wear in the winter. I'm going to cheat and say anything sweet. Opinion on the Odyssey collection. I honestly only like Odyssey on black. The Mandarin Sky one is cool and whatever, but people wind up selling it a lot. Honestly, a lot of those fragrances are pretty good, but I'm just over the Odyssey line. The only fragrance that really ever stuck with me is Odyssey on black. Boss Absolute is great for winter. Okay. Vulcan Fouet is a beast. Compliments for women. Yeah, I mean, it's a loud mango fragrance, so I think it's hit or miss. You know, some women might think you smell too fruity wearing Vulcan Fouet, but you know, if you're under like 27 years old, I think you could super pull it off. I think the older you get, the more boyish you smell with Vulcan Fouet. Yeah, you got to know your person. I have the entire Odyssey line. Best ones are Spectra and Mandarin Sky. You know, Hesh, I'm going to be honest with you. Mandarin Sky is the most traded fragrance I've seen. Meaning, out of everybody I know that owns Odyssey fragrances, they start off loving Mandarin Sky and wind up growing their collection and trading it because it winds up getting boring. And I see people trading Mandarin Sky more than anything. Spectra's cool, though, and so is Mandarin Sky. How's that chocolate one, Hash? Great. Oh, okay. Most likely. That's funny. What's a good mass appealing fragrance that's somewhat different and signature worthy? A mass. That question doesn't make sense. How can you have both a mass appealing fragrance that's signature? That's an oxymoron. The best fragrance in the gym is deodorant. No, I would disagree. Like, I don't even think deodorant's good in the gym. Why would you wear deodorant? Deodorant just plugs your armpits up. It blocks all the funk. But the trade-off is like, bro, just shower before you go to the gym. You don't even have to wear deodorant. Leave your armpits open. Your armpits are trying to breathe, and you're just packing them up with deodorant. Take a shower, scrub your armpits, and then you could sweat the whole time at the gym because your armpits ain't going to smell. You're going to be sweating water. SB, you know the one that's really tricky for me is Say Less and Deja Vu. Yeah, Deja Vu leans quite, it's the most feminine leaning fragrance out of the bunch. And Say Less is basically, for lack of better words, I don't want to say a clone, but anybody who smells Say Less will immediately think of Dior Homme Intense or Dior Homme Parfum. So it's not the most interesting of the bunch. But I find that a lot of people 25 and under actually really like it. But the older you are, the more typical Say Less feels. It's getting better, Kicks. Original Vetiver is getting better. I can definitely say, though, that the reformulation of Original Vetiver has done it negatively. I don't really think anything's touching Roja's Vetiver right now. And I really wish I could get my hands on that fragrance. That might be the next like big purchase, Kicks, is that Vetiver from Roja. I don't know, bro. I'm 36. You can take a guess how long I've been in and out the gym. I'm gonna just keep it real with you, man. Anytime somebody came to the gym sweating and smelling funky, they would have got talked to at any gym I've ever been to. I stay at a Gold's Gym. I stay at a LA Fitness. I stay at a EOS Fitness. I stay at a Red Mountain Fitness. Nah, bro, if you're not a person who eats fast food and doesn't take care of their diet at all, and you take a shower and your armpits still smell, you got a diet issue, man. It ain't because your armpits smell. Your armpits are not supposed to smell, man. That's just pure toxicity. I've been going to the gym for I've been going to the gym for 25 years, and I have never worn deodorant to a gym, ever. I barely wear deodorant now because I don't need to. If you shower and you eat healthy, you don't sweat funk. You don't, because your body's not full of toxins. Your body's toxins and things that are odor causing in your diet go in your stool. Funk and sweat is the product of excess toxicity and dirt. That's it. Now, do other people carry odor in a gym? Maybe, but it ain't because they ain't wearing deodorant. I mean, here's the thing, bro. A lot of people are sweating in the gym, but I assure you that it is a gym's mission that their gym would not stink. So if you go to these big gyms like Gold's Gym, LA Fitness, Red Mountain Fitness, EOS, any of these places, 24-hour fitness, they've got massive facilities and they're ventilating all that. 99% of the time you walk into a gym, it does not smell funky, ever. It might smell musty, but musty is not funk. If a gym smells, the only thing I've ever come across is a funky individual, but that's not common. There's never been a time in a gym where I've been working out and I come across multiple funky people. Anytime I've come across a funky person, it might be one funky person and you could tell they just don't work out that much. Their diet's trash and they just happen to be in there trying to get their life together and they don't shower, and you know what I'm saying? But like, that doesn't mean you can't go walk to the other side of the gym and get your workout on. I mean, I've never gone to a gym and just the general smell is funky. That doesn't even make sense. I would never buy a subscription to a gym that doesn't have good circulation and doesn't smell funky. Yeah, but even individuals, like I wouldn't even pluralize it. Like I can't even think of the last time in 25 years I've been in a gym and smelled multiple funky people. I'm not even that close to people to even know if they're funky, to be honest with you. But you know, I will say this. I've been less in a gym in the last 5 years, not 10. In the last 5 years, I've been less in a gym and more at my home gym because I actually built a gym in my garage and I do mostly calisthenics. So I don't like the distractions at a gym. And by distraction, I mean women walking around looking crazy. And then I don't do a lot of machine work. So even when I go to a gym, I would just be utilizing dip bars, pull-up bars, and different weighted instruments, ropes, stuff like that. But I have a home gym with plenty of equipment, so I'm not in the gym as much. I mostly use a gym these days for the steam room, believe it or not. Just to sit in a steam room and blow steam, detox. I like getting it in at my home gym, putting on my music full blast and just zoning out and doing my thing. BO can definitely be crazy, but I rarely smell it from multiple individuals. Like, I definitely been in a gym before and smelled like a funky person. But listen, if you're focused in the gym and you're on your equipment and you're not like, I never walk by people in a gym. Like, if I have to pass somebody, that's different. But like, I'm rarely like pulling up to a, you know, an incline or something like that, and there's just a guy there working out that's just so smelly. Like, if I even catch something like that, I'm moving to a different place to work out. It's not, I've never had to be in a gym and smell funk the entire duration, let alone 2 minutes. But I mean, again, it just comes down to whether or not they showered. I don't think anyone who showers will smell funky at a gym. It's if you go work or go to school and then you just go to the gym. Like, again, whenever I haven't worn deodorant in 25 years when I go to the gym. I've never smelled funky. I'm telling you guys, man, you guys just believe me. If you shower before you go to the gym, you should not be perspirating funky. You just should not. If you are, man, you got to change your diet up, bro. Straight up. I love the home gym. I'm just so sick of the visual distractions of being at a gym. Like, I need to be able to focus. I make noise when I work out, you know what I'm saying? Like, I will say this, outside the steam room, I do still like to go to gyms to play ball, like running a good game of fives. You know, that type of exercise, like if you get a gym membership, going to play fives. I used to love playing fives basketball and then hitting the steam room. But to actually work out in the last 5 years, I've mostly been home gymming it up, especially since I bought my new house. Yeah, man, and even if your sweat does smell bad, which nobody's excluded from having bad smelling armpits, but what I'm saying is if you take a shower and then right after that shower you sweat and your armpits still smell funky, yeah, that's a diet issue. Like, you should not fully be exfoliating and washing your armpits and then the next moment you perspirate, your armpits smell. What's the point of the shower at that point? You got some serious toxicity going on. And honestly, it's the deodorant that's part of the problem, because most people, when they use deodorant, don't fully get the deodorant off when they shower because their soaps aren't strong enough to exfoliate um, and what do you call it? Their soaps don't really exfoliate the skin. They just wash the surface. So you've got cake up of dead skin. You've got some leftover deodorant from the day before and the day before and the day before. And then you have a bad diet. You just have like a crammed, packed out, oily armpit that's not exfoliated, and you're just backed up. Get some African black soap that can really exfoliate the skin and get the deodorant completely out. Don't eat fast food as much, and you'll find when you shower, you can go a whole day before you smell funky. And you for sure can shower and go to the gym and sweat the entire time and not smell funky. I've been on for 60, 90, so we've been on for an hour and a half now. Thank you guys so much, man. Any last minute questions from you guys before I head out of here? Because I'm getting a little bit tired. Getting a little bit tired. Sitting here trying to macerate some of these bottles. Listen, man, I've got some of the best bots in the game. You guys ain't even getting your 1 second of fame. Yeah, Lyra's so good. Lyra's like the fresh version of Tres Oros. My bots catch you guys so bad. I wish you guys could get your fame too. I really do. My bots are catching all you ding-dongs. All right, man. Take it easy. I'm going to head out. Yeah, take care, Shamil. Thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in. If you have any last-minute questions, put them in the comment section below. I'll answer any questions you guys have within the hour, or I mean, within 24 hours. Really appreciate you guys tuning in and all the good questions, and, you know, the usual guys. Appreciate the moderations. Appreciate everyone sweeping out the toddlers. Yeah. Put your questions in the comment section below. I'll answer them by tomorrow. Love you guys. Stay tuned.